Hi, and welcome to the second hour of this Tuesday edition of Focal Point on AFR Talk. A number to call if you want to join the program, 888-589-8840. Want to talk a little bit. We played, Jeff had the teaser there with the audios relating to Ted Cruz. I just came across the story. It's in the stack. You think our government's not wasting money? Listen to this. The National Institutes of Health has awarded $402,721 to a research project involving underwear that can detect when a person smokes cigarettes. Now, I'm assuming this is some kind of a safety feature because people burn themselves to a crisp falling asleep in bed with a cigarette. This is at the University of Alabama. It's a 3-year study intended to accurately measure when and how often people smoke, as well as how deeply they inhale. No, so it's not about safety. The real-time information we used to design strategies for smoking cessation. There you have it, $402,721 of your hard-earned tax dollars going to manufacture underwear that responds, can sense cigarette smoke. Now, let's grab some of these Ted Cruz clips. Let's go to clip number 3. You might have heard about this. The Hispanic former governor of New Mexico, Bill Richardson, said you can't define Cruz as a Hispanic. He said that. It's not accurate to describe him as a Hispanic because he's not in favor of illegal immigration. Now, that's just a blatantly racist statement. We've got a piece here by Peter Beinart at the Daily Beast, and the title of his column is, Yes, Democrats Can Be Racist. We've got Dick Harpootlian, who is the chairman of the Democratic Party in South Carolina, and Nikki Haley. Her parents immigrated from India. She is a Sikh by birth. She has converted to Christ and is now an evangelical Christian. But her parents were immigrants. They came here from India. So Dick Harpootlian, he's the head of the Democratic Party in South Carolina, says we want to send her back to wherever she came from. I mean, you talk about racism and sort of anti-immigrant. I mean, there it is. Because conservatives, we are not anti-immigrant. We are anti-illegal immigration. We are for legal immigration. We are against illegal immigration. Now, what Peter Beinart says, look, this problem for the Democrats is going to get worse, this problem of racism, because they've gotten a pass. Media believes that if you are a minority, you can't be a racist. If you're a Democrat, you can't be racist. By definition, they are absolved of all racism. But you start making judgments about somebody based on the color of their skin, that makes you a racist, period. That's exactly what Martin Luther King Jr. was talking about. He wanted his kids to be judged based on the content of their character, not based on the color of their skin. So Dick Harpootlian's out there judging Nikki Haley based on the color of her skin. We want to send her back to wherever she came from, came out today and said, well, I really wasn't talking about sending her back to India. I wanted her to go back to being an accountant in her parents' clothing store. But the problem that Peter Beinart says, look, is the GOP is getting more diverse. So you're getting a broader, a more diverse palette on the color spectrum in the GOP. We've got an African-American senator from South Carolina who's a Republican. That's Tim Scott. You got Cuban-American senators from Florida and Texas. That's Rubio and Cruz. You have Indian-American governors in South Carolina and Louisiana, Nikki Haley and Bobby Jindal. You have Mexican-American governors in Nevada. That's Sandoval. And New Mexico, that is Susana, I forget her last name now, Susana Martinez. So he says, look, this problem of racism, there is racism in the Democratic Party, make no mistake about it, and it's going to become more prevalent. So Richardson, Governor Richardson, Bill Richardson, goes off on Ted Cruz on his skin color and his ethnicity and says he's not a genuine Hispanic. So Ted Cruz was on Neil Cavuto's program yesterday afternoon on Fox, and here's how Ted Cruz responded to what Richardson had to say.
Well, I don't know Governor Richardson. He and I have not met. He is certainly entitled to his positions and his opinions. In my view, if people are insulting you, if they're attacking your ethnicity, that tends to indicate that they don't actually want to engage in the substantive merits of the argument. And I certainly have no interest in getting into any sort of mudslinging battle on that front. What we need to be talking about is the substance of the argument, and in particular, we need to be focusing on economic growth that enables more and more people to climb the economic ladder and reach the American dream. You know.
Now, I will tell you something. Ted Cruz scares the left to death. They are in a full-fledged panic over this guy. And remember, we read that in the Melanie Phillips piece. The left, their tactic is not to debate, it's not to discuss, it's not to reason with you, it's to destroy. They're not interested in debate. They're interested in destruction. They want to wipe you off the face of the map. And that's what they're trying to do with Ted Cruz. This guy is a serious, serious threat to him. Clip 4, this is Nina Totenberg from NPR. She's on with Evan Thomas of Politico, hardcore leftists. Here's what they had to say about Ted Cruz, and listen to the fear.
When you have a new figure in the United States Senate, and I actually know Cruz because for many years, he argued the cases for Texas in the United States Supreme Court. He is very smart. He is very glib. And he made sure that the attention was focused on him. This was not a distraction. This was Ted Cruz doing this.
You need to watch this guy because there are a lot of demagogues out there, but not that many who are that smart. He is really, really smart, and that makes him potentially dangerous.
So that's the line now on Ted Cruz from the left. He is a dangerous demagogue. Pseudo-conservative David Brooks comparing Ted Cruz to McCarthy. So dangerous demagogue McCarthy, that's being used on Ted Cruz. Now here is Harry Reid, clip 5, on the Senate floor yesterday, and listen to what he had to say about Cruz.
My friend from Texas is like the schoolyard bully. He pushes everybody around and is losing, and instead of playing the game according to rules, he not only takes the ball home with him, but changes the rules. That way, no one wins, except the bully tries to indicate to people he has won.
You know, and we've played some Ted Cruz sound bites here. You've probably seen him on Fox News and other. The guy. That sound bite from Neil Cavuto. I'm not going to get into mudslinging with anybody. That's not what I'm about. I'm about issues. I'm about policies that are going to unleash the potential in people. That's what I'm about. So I'm not going to get down in the gutter and start throwing mud. If Bill Richardson wants to throw mud at me and talk about my ethnicity, if he wants to be a racist, then let him knock himself out. I'm not going to get involved in that because I'm about more important things. So this is where the left is going with Ted Cruz, and this tells you, ladies and gentlemen, I've told you, Marco Rubio is not the man. Ted Cruz is the man, and the left is proving it. They're not going after Rubio. They're Focal Point A for Talk.